All right, buckle up, everyone, because today we are diving deep, deep into CEO interview prep.
That's right. We're talking about the top spot, the big chair, the executive suite.
Exactly. And to help us navigate this pretty intimidating territory, we've got RoleCatcher's guides. We're talking their career guide, interview guide, and, well, their massive question bank.
And we're not just going to throw answers at you, are we?
Oh, absolutely not. We're going to go deeper, right? We're going to figure out what those interviewers are really looking for. What makes a candidate stand out?
Because, it's all about strategy. It's about painting this picture of yourself, presenting yourself as someone who's got that vision, that command.
Okay, so let's use RoleCatcher's career guide
Yeah.
as our starting point. It describes the CEO as the highest ranking in a pyramidal corporate structure.
I got to admit, pyramidal corporate structure sounds a bit like some lost civilization.
Right.
But I think it really underscores the power, the responsibility we're talking about here.
It does. And the guide doesn't shy away from the brain power this role demands.
Yeah.
It talks about how CEOs need to analyze different kinds of information and create links. It's not just about being decisive. It's about strategic thinking.
Connecting the dots, right? Seeing the bigger picture.
Seeing the bigger picture, exactly. And look, I think it's important to be honest about expectations here. The guide's pretty upfront about the work environment.
It is.
It's demanding. Long hours, intense pressure, a lot of stress.
Yeah.
It's not for the faint of heart.
It's not, and it's about being prepared, understanding the commitment, really, going in with your eyes wide open.
Okay, now before we get into the specific interview questions, let's talk about what I call RoleCatcher's secret weapon, and that is their AI tools.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine having an AI that can go through job descriptions and tell you exactly what skills to highlight.
I mean, it's like a personalized roadmap for each company you're applying to. And it means you can customize your resume, your cover letter, your answers, everything to perfectly align with what they're looking for.
Okay, and get this, you ready for this? They have a Get Discovered feature, which means employers,
Oh, I love this.
they can actually find you
Yes.
based on your skills profile.
It flips the script.
It does. You're not just applying, you're being sought after,
Right.
which is incredible.
It's brilliant.
Okay, so now let's dig into RoleCatcher's interview guide and tackle some of these sample questions. And of course, we'll be weaving in those awesome career tips from their career guide as well.
Let's do it.
All right, question number 1. What inspired you to pursue a career in executive leadership? Now, I feel like it's easy to just fall into listing your accomplishment.
It is. It is. And that's the trap, right? They're looking for something more, something deeper than that.
Right.
They want a story. They want to see the enduring passion for leadership. And remember how the career guide emphasized building relationships with key stakeholders.
Yes.
This is where you bring that in, weave in an anecdote, something that really demonstrates those skills.
So maybe a time you had to bring together a diverse group of people to achieve a common goal.
Right. Yeah. Show them you're not just a leader, you're someone who can inspire, you can unite people, bring them together towards a shared vision.
Okay, question number 2. What do you consider to be the most important qualities of a successful CEO? Now, I can already hear candidates just reciting traits. Visionary, strategic.
Oh, yeah.
Decisive.
But remember, it's showing, not telling.
Okay.
It's instead of listing these traits, illustrate them, right? With a powerful story from your experience, something that makes it personal, memorable.
Oh, I like that. And as we talk about these qualities, it reminds me of something in the career guide. They really stress the importance of managing rapid technological change. Especially for CEOs, it feels like this would be a great place to talk about a time you successfully led a team through a digital transformation or maybe through a period of disruption or something.
Absolutely. You're not just saying you understand the concept. You're saying you've been there, you've done it, you've lived it.
Okay, question number 3. This one feels like a potential trap. How do you stay up to date with industry trends and developments?
It is. It is. Because everyone's going to say, I read industry publications, I attend conferences.
Right.
You need to go beyond that. Maybe talk about a specific thought leader that you follow, a company that you admire, their innovations.
But wouldn't all the candidates say they read industry publications? How can our listener really stand out here?
Well, think about it. It's not just what you read, is it?
Yeah.
It's about how you apply those insights. Maybe talk about a recent trend that really hit you, and how you are actually incorporating those ideas into your current role.
Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it shows you're not just passively consuming information. You're actually thinking strategically.
exactly.
You're connecting the dots. Okay. Question number 4. What do you believe are the biggest challenges facing CEOs today? Now, this feels like a chance to really showcase that in-depth industry knowledge.
It is, but it's not just about having broad knowledge, is it? It's about tailoring it to the specific company, that context.
Right, right.
Remember, the guide mentioned adapting to changing consumer demands. Maybe weave in an example of how this particular company is grappling with that. Offer your perspective on how you would approach it as CEO.
So it's about showing not just what you know, how you'd apply it to
Exactly.
solve those real problems. Absolutely. All right, question number 5. What is your approach to managing risk in a business? Now, this is where having a clear framework, a model, can really help you stand out.
It does. It does.
So instead of just listing ideas, think like risk identification, risk analysis, risk mitigation, and monitoring.
And bring it to life, don't you think? With a concise example, describe a time you had to make a difficult decision.
Oh, yeah.
One that had risks, obviously, but potential rewards as well, and how you weighed those, how you made that call.
I like that. It shows that you don't just talk about risk, you've dealt with it.
You've been in the trenches.
You've been in the trenches.
Right.
This deep dive is already packed with insights. But we were just getting started. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll continue to break down these really crucial interview questions.
As we go through these questions, I'm realizing there's a theme that's really essential for any aspiring CEO.
Ooh, Cook, I'm intrigued.
It's about really being able to connect authentically your experience, your insights to the specific company, their values, their goals.
Yeah, I see that.
Remember how the career guide emphasized aligning yourself with the company's vision? It's not just about showing off your skills, right? It's about showing that you fit, that you get them, their culture.
It's like you're speaking their language.
Exactly. You've done your homework. You understand their mission, your leadership style. It works with their team.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be so helpful, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Because remember how we were talking about how their AI can analyze those job descriptions?
Yes.
Oh, it can actually go even deeper.
It can.
It gives you feedback, tailored feedback, based on the specific company.
Think of it like a personal AI coach.
Oh, love that.
Whispering in your ear, hey, this company values this. Adjust your answers.
Oh, that's amazing. It's like having that insider knowledge.
It is.
Okay, so let's jump back into those interview questions with this idea of alignment in mind.
Yeah.
We left off on question number 5, all about managing risk.
Right. And the next question builds on that. Leadership facing challenges.
Okay.
Question number 6. How do you motivate and inspire your teams to achieve their goals?
Ooh, that's a good one. It really is about leadership, not just, telling people what to do, but inspiring them.
It is. It is. And remember how the career guide talked about those stakeholder relationships? This is where you show how you build trust, collaboration. That's how you drive success.
So maybe you talk about your leadership philosophy.
Exactly.
Like if you believe in empowering people or open communication.
Yes, let those values come through.
Or maybe there's a story, a time you had to inspire a team to overcome some crazy obstacle.
Make it personal, make it relatable, show them that you bring out the best in others.
And they're going to ask a follow-up question.
Oh, of course.
Like, can you give a specific example of a time you had to motivate a team that was facing a setback or, a challenging goal?
Always be ready with those concrete examples.
Yeah. It makes your words have more weight.
It shows you've actually done it, not just talking about it.
Okay, question number 7. How do you prioritize and manage your time as a CEO? It's like juggling a million things at once, right?
No, it is. And it's not just your time, it's everyone's.
Right.
Think about that strategic decision-making from the career guide.
Okay.
Your answer needs to show how you allocate time for both the big picture planning and the day-to-day stuff.
So maybe talk about your system for staying organized.
Yeah.
Do you use time blocking? Are you a master delegator? Is there some software you swear by?
Right, but connect it back to how that helps you with those strategic decisions.
And then they'll probably ask, how do you make sure your team understands your priorities?
Of course.
That their work is aligned with the overall vision.
Because it's not just about managing your time, it's about making sure everyone is working efficiently, strategically.
Yes. towards the same goals.
And that leads perfectly to question number 8. How do you approach decision-making as a CEO?
This one feels like they're really trying to get inside your head.
It is.
How do you take in information, weigh options, make those tough calls?
Remember how the career guide talked about the CEO being that link between the board and the organization?
Right.
Your answer needs to reflect that balance.
So maybe walk them through your process.
Yeah.
How do you gather information, analyze data, consider everyone's perspectives, and how do you make sure those decisions are, informed, strategic, and in line with the company's goals?
And don't be afraid to talk about a time you made a really difficult decision.
Oh, yeah, good one.
Maybe one that involved risk or a really complex situation.
Okay.
It shows you're not afraid to take charge, to make those big decisions that move the company forward.
It's about showing you can walk the walk.
Exactly.
Or not just talking about it.
And remember, even when it feels tough, those tricky questions, they're actually chances to show what you're made of.
Right. It's like each question is a piece of the puzzle. And when you put them all together, you get the whole picture.
You see the whole leader, right?
You see the leader, exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay, we've talked about the questions, but let's zoom out for a second. Beyond just like giving the right answers, what are these interviewers really, really looking for?
Well, it's about showing a certain mindset, right? The way a successful CEO thinks.
Okay.
It's about seeing the bigger picture, the long game, taking risks, but calculated risks, and believing, truly believing that you can lead even when things are uncertain.
It's like they're trying to see like the essence of you as a leader.
They are. They want that passion, that fire, that confidence that you can handle anything and bring everyone with you.
Okay, but how do you show that in an interview?
Well, you have to realize that every question, every moment is a chance to show those qualities.
Okay.
Don't just answer, engage with them,
Yeah.
Ask for clarification, share your own ideas, show them you're not just being interviewed, you're there to connect.
I like that. It's like you're taking control.
You're already in that CEO mindset, contributing.
You're not just a candidate, you're a leader.
Exactly. And that's where RoleCatcher's AI can really, really help.
Okay, yeah, tell me more about that.
Remember, get discovered. It's not just about employers finding you, it's about understanding where you fit, what skills are in demand.
It's like knowing the market, what it takes to be a CEO right now.
Right, and when you have that knowledge, you can use it.
Yeah.
Show them you're not just qualified, you're the one, you're ahead of the curve.
Wow, this has been amazing. I feel like we've covered so much.
We have, from the nitty-gritty of the role to really acing those tough questions.
Absolutely, so much great advice.
It's been a pleasure.
Before we go, I want to leave everyone with a question to think about. Imagine you've nailed that interview, they offer you the job.
Okay.
It's the first thing you do to prepare. How do you get ready to step into that role and make a real difference?
Oh, that's a good one. It goes beyond the interview.
It does.
It's about seeing yourself there in that position. What do you need to assess? Who do you need to talk to? How do you build your strategy for success? It'll be different for everyone, every company.
Right.
But asking those questions, that's essential for any future CEO.
So to everyone listening, take this challenge, use RoleCatcher, not just to prepare for the interview, but to prepare for that incredible journey of becoming a CEO. You have everything you need to not only get that job, but to really make a difference.
And never forget, leadership, it's a journey. It's learning and growing and pushing yourself. Enjoy the challenges, celebrate the wins, and always aim high.
This has been The Deep Dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.